Hello and welcome to my new moon in Taurus collective reading and ritual. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes for some people to hop on. If you do not already have a journal and a pen, maybe something to drink, please go ahead and grab that now. And we'll get into it. We're gonna do a little collective reading. We're gonna talk about the energy that's coming through. And we're also going to talk about a little ritual to use this energy. I'm very excited about what's happening right now. I'm very excited about this new moon. I'm very excited about what's to come. Just to remind everyone, I'm not an astrologist. So I am talking at a very basic level of astrology, and then I'm talking about the energy that is coming through intuitively, through cards and things like that. Let's make that very clear for everybody. So, all right, while I wait for some people to come in, I'm going to just start pulling some cards and then we can get into what it all means. If you are joining now or if you are watching later, please feel free to put into the comments anything that you might be experiencing right now with this collective energy. Also, let me know how this resonates. That is so funny. All right. We're getting into it already. I will catch everybody up if somebody joins later, but this is so funny because we have fertility and we have fortune. So I wanted to save this because I wanted more people to be on for this, but I'll just have to repeat myself. But this is a perfect opportunity for manifesting. This is a very abundant time, a very fertile time. Okay. When we're talking about fertility, this can have the literal meaning, but it's not just the meaning for humans. This is also like fertile soil. It's the time to plant seeds. It's the time to set intentions that are long lasting. That's the energy that's happening right now. That's what's supporting us. So fortune, we have a lot of luck, we have a lot of opportunity for abundance right now, especially with these seeds that we're planting. There's this energy of like we're planting these seeds into this fertile soil and it will have this very fortunate outcome. Also just like feeling really good. I feel like it's really important to remind everybody to really stay in alignment with who you are authentically, what you're bringing to the world, what your purpose is, what your passion is. It's super important to stay in alignment with that right now, because what is going to be successful or what is going to be very fortunate and fertile at this time is going to be like something that we're expressing from our authentic self. It's who we are. It's what we're here to do, and we have that passion, that knowing, and that drive behind it, right? So this isn't the like I'm doing this thing because somebody else wants me to do it and it's going to be profitable. This is like on a soul level, who you are, what you're meant to do. Oh my gosh, there's this really beautiful little monarch butterfly. I think it's monarch butterfly outside. So now is the time. Now is the time. And just a brief little very not advanced information about astrology right now is like we have this new moon in Taurus and then we have a new moon in Gemini in like a month, and these two are both very, very good for manifesting. So it's like really now is the time to like align. It's the time to do the things that we've wanted to be doing. Now's the time to really set those things in motion, take big leaps, take big risks, get big reward. And there's also some influence. I believe there's influence from Saturn, which is making this like long term, right? So we have this like possibility for long-term success with the seeds that we're planting. So again, very fertile time, very fortunate time, very abundant time right now in this new moon. There's so much. I believe Jupiter and Venus are both in the sign of the new moon. So they're both in Taurus. And then I believe Jupiter and Venus are also going to be in Gemini when we have this new moon in the future. So remember, I'm not an astrologist, but I am talking about the energy, and I do want to add that piece of information because it makes this time unique. There's a lot of Jupiter's a planet of luck. Venus is a planet of love and beauty. We have so much influence for success and a lot of really positive outcomes. And this doesn't mean that we have to plant new seeds, but maybe recommitting, maybe really refocusing. So also want to reiterate that, right? This is a time to manifest. This is a time to plant new seeds. It's very fertile. It's very abundant. It doesn't have to be something brand new. You can recommit to something that you have created a long time ago, or you can finally birth something and share something that you've been working on. Whatever it is, now is a time, very fertile time, and will be also through June. So very exciting. I'm not surprised that these were the first 3 to pop out. We have fortune, fertility, and then we also have this energy of just being really in alignment with ourselves. So I do think we're going to have some clarity too. I believe Mercury goes direct on the 13th, out of its shadow period. It's direct, but it'll go out of the shadow period. So we'll be super in the clear. And I feel like we're already having that clarity. Whereas I feel like this Mercury retrograde left a lot of people feeling really confused about what am I even doing? What's next? Does any of this even make a difference? What's happening? And really in the depths of reflection, I feel like we're a lot more clear now about what we want to do. And it feels a lot more open. So very exciting. Let us talk a little bit about the ritual, and then I'm going to bounce back a little bit to do some more of this collective energy and collective reading. So for this ritual, make sure you have a journal. Make sure you have a piece of paper that you are okay with getting rid of. So don't write it inside of a precious journal that you don't want to rip a page out of. And what we're going to do first, we're going to get really clear on our vision. And why this is important is because if you're just writing down a bunch of random stuff and you're just manifesting a bunch of random stuff, it's not coming from this grounded, deep space of alignment and authenticity that it really needs for you to be able to believe it into existence. Because we have to feel it, we have to envision it, we have to be able to see it and believe it for it to become real. So we're going to be working with some manifestation techniques. And first, what I want you to do is just take a moment to get really clear on what it is that you actually want. Okay. Remember to think beyond material things. Material things are a result of something else generally. So it's okay to put material things on your list, but just be really clear on what it is. What do you want to feel? What do you want to accomplish? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be with? Be really clear on what it is and why. Just really tap into what actually feels in alignment for you. So this is important. You can write it down. I encourage you to write it down for the ritual before we're actually manifesting. Start to get clear in your vision, what it is that you truly want, what it is that you're really working to achieve, and what feels the most in alignment for you, because we have to be able to believe it. So if you can hold on to your why and your what so deeply that you're this is why. Why do you want to be a millionaire? Because you want to help a lot of people. Okay, amazing. That's an amazing feeling to have behind trying to manifest large amounts of money, right? Why do you want to have a loving partner? Is it because you want to have a family? Is it because you want to create a home together? What it is that you want to feel and experience. So start to tap into what your vision is. Start to tap into why this vision exists on a deeper, more heartfelt level. And once you've done that, you can do this later, you can do this now, whatever you're feeling. Then you're going to create a list of what you're calling in. And what's really important is that you write it as in it's present tense. So I am a millionaire, right? If that's what you're calling in, or I am in partnership with my soulmate. Right? So you're calling in these things that feel really good, or maybe there's a certain job title, or there's a certain, whatever it is for you. Okay. It's going to be different. It could be health. Maybe you're manifesting health. You're I'm the most strong, healthy version of me that's ever existed. Right. But you're going to write it down as if you already have it, because what we're trying to do is get our frequency and get our energy to align with this so that it can find us. Like attracts like, right? So if we're in this energy of I don't have it, I will have it, I hope to have it, it's not convincing. And it's not in alignment for us to actually be magnetic, right? So with this manifestation, we need to be I have it, it's happening, I know what it feels like, I know what it looks like. So practice with the envisioning, practice with what it feels like, and make a really heartfelt list, a very genuine meaningful things that you wish to call in, and make sure that your heart's in it, you know? And I know that, like, if your heart is in it and you're really deeply connected to this vision, that's what makes it happen. You're not just like mindlessly or selfishly trying to be like the wealthiest person that exists on earth. You know, you're like, I know who I can help when I'm a millionaire. I know who I can help. I know what I can provide. I know that I'll be the best version of me, which means that I can help more people in a better way. Like, there's so much here. Maybe you're helping family. Like, the big picture of why you want these things, and your deep heart and soul connectedness to this, making sure that your vision's really aligned. So make that list once you've got really clear on your vision. I feel really passionate about just reminding you guys to like make sure that you're so deeply connected to why this is for you. Okay. Make a list of the things you wish to call in. I like to say no less than 5, no more than 10. It's totally up to you. You just want to keep it to where it's condensed enough that your energy is focused, and so it feels achievable, so that you're able to really tap into that energy. So no less than 5, no more than 10 things or feelings or whatever it is that you're calling in. Okay, think big. I use millionaire as an example because it's the most general, but like, it could be partnership. It could be, where you want to live. It could be a job title. It could be a certain amount of clients that you want to have a month because you want to help people. Whatever it is, make that list. Sit with each one so you're like envisioning and you're feeling what it's like to have this. And then you're going to fold it up. And this is like a little bonus. If you guys want to go even deeper with this, you can purchase seeds, like actual seeds. Or you can even, like, if you have like a bell pepper and it's got a seed, you could just use one of those, whatever you want, but try to find a seed of some sort that you're going to wrap up and fold into this little piece of paper. You're planting this seed, essentially, and you're going to dig a hole and you're going to literally bury your list with this seed inside of it into the earth. You can water it if you want to as well. I think that would be really helpful to kind of like seal it in, just like you would if you were planting anything. But essentially you're giving it to the earth and you're planting the seeds into this fertile soil in this fertile time to like really support this vision. Like I said, you can buy a pack of seeds, or you can just like use a seed from your bell pepper or use a seed from an apple, like whatever it is, use the seed, put it inside of this list that you've created, that you know so deeply is for you. And then you're going to plant it, and then you're going to put some water on it, and you're just going to thank the earth, and you're going to let it be, because you've already put your energy into it. You've already put your love into it. But now that you've had this thing planted, which you can plant it in like a pot that you can tend to, the goal isn't for it to necessarily sprout. It'd be really cool if it did, but it's more so that you have this connection to your vision with a seed, with the ability for it to grow life into this fertile soil. You're putting action behind this manifestation so that you're seeing it, you're feeling it, and you're putting all that intention in. It's more than just like speaking it. Hello everyone who's here. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that feel good? I feel really excited about this myself. So working with that energy, just for anybody who was not here in the beginning, we got like this fertility energy and this fortune energy, and I'm just here to remind everybody that it's a very fertile and fortunate and abundant time for manifesting. So not all new moons are perfect for manifesting. We've had a lot of different energetic influences that have been kind of like chaotic. Definitely using bell pepper seed. That's what I'm going to use. I like just made something with bell pepper last night, and I was like, look at all these seeds. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. So use whatever you want. You could plant wildflowers, whatever you want, and you can plant it in a literal garden. Just remember, it's okay if it doesn't sprout. Like, the whole point is that you're literally putting your intention into this seed, into this fertile soil. So in a pot, and you could put it in wild land, you could put it in your yard, whatever you want. But you're going to plant this seed inside of your list, fold it up, bury it in the earth, thank the earth, and just let it do its thing. You know, it's just like you would do if you planted any other seed. So let's pull a few more cards. If anyone has questions about this time or wants me to reiterate anything, please let me know in the comments. I'm really excited because I feel like we finally have this like clear go ahead to actually manifest to actually be like, ooh, okay, now it's time. It hasn't been time. It's been quite a while since we've had some really clear energy for us to do this. So, all right, let's pull a few more cards and just tap into this energy a little bit more. I really want to reiterate to everybody that, like, when we're manifesting, we're calling something in, we have to believe it. We have to believe that it's possible. So if you have to start small, that's okay, right? So maybe like manifesting $1 million, or maybe manifesting like having fully booked, days, or whatever it is that makes sense for you. Maybe that feels a little too out of reach, and there's a part of you deep down that doesn't really believe that that's possible yet. Find something that feels possible. You're developing a relationship with manifestation. You don't have to call in your biggest dream right away. You can do it in steps. So just make sure that you're doing it in a way that feels achievable and like feasible and believable. I know new moons are for beginnings and new things. Is there any harm in doing any kind of release work? No, not at all. It's a big part of my ritual every day to cleanse before I go in and set any intentions. Before I go in, I do like self-Reiki every day. I do cleansing every day. I check my energy and tend to my energy. So I think that there's always space for releasing. I think that especially when we're creating space to call more in, it's really important that we're allowing ourselves to make room if we feel like we need to. So if you're releasing like a fear behind what it feels like to have what you're calling in, totally okay. You can do that however feels right for you. Really cleansing elements are like fire or water. You could take like a cleansing shower and just like literally let the water run over you and just like envision all of those things being washed away. You could also do that in a bath, and then making sure that like you're leaving everything that you released in the bath and watch it go down the drain. So yeah, there's always space for cleansing. There's always space for releasing. And I don't think that there's any harm in it. I think it's more so like there isn't always good times to call in new things. It can be kind of like a volatile time, to where it's like either if we're setting intentions or manifesting during an unstable time, we could have like unstable results or not long lasting. That's why right now is really great and supportive, because we have this influence of like long lasting success, fertile soil, and the intentions that we're setting now, not only just, it's not like it could be instant, but it's long lasting. It's not like winning the lottery. Do you know what I mean? It's like creating something that's going to be sustainable. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, absolutely. You can totally do some release work if you feel called. Especially if you don't feel like you like released enough during the full moon, or you feel like you need to still shake some of it out. Like, absolutely. But right now is a really fertile time for manifesting, really fertile time for setting intentions, for long lasting results, for long lasting success. And I also want to talk about that. Okay, so with the influence of long lasting, with the influence of long lasting, sometimes it takes a while for it to show up. Okay. So I'm not saying it will. You could have this, you could set these intentions and have something happen like instantaneously. Everybody's different, but I think that, it's really important that we remember that sometimes these seeds take time before they fruit, right? We're planting these seeds. Think of how long it takes for like a tree to finally fruit. It takes years sometimes. And I'm not saying it's going to take years, but remember that this is the big picture. We're not trying to get fast results. We're trying to get long-lasting, heartfelt, soul-aligned things to come into our life. If that makes sense. Oh, it said it was paused due to poor connection. So let me know if you guys can see me. So we'll get into a few more. So we have this energy of beginnings. We also have another one of like representing stable abundance here, which I love. And this is about walking away from things that aren't for us. So in the spirit of releasing, in the spirit of calling things in, this is also a good time to use discernment for like what isn't for us. What isn't for us. If we are calling in what is for us, really identifying what is not. That could be relationships, that could be certain activities and habits, whatever it is. Identify what doesn't need your energy anymore because you're working towards calling something else in. Does that make sense? The last thing we want to do is set intentions saying, I want A, B, and C, and then you're going to go do, in alignment with what you're calling in. That's confusing. That doesn't make sense. That's also a lack of trust within the universe and within yourself if you're kind of going back to old ways. So, can somebody let me know if the connection is good? Because I keep getting these warnings that the connection is poor. Charisse, cool. If you would like a reading, you can find plenty of options on my website. I'm also doing mini story readings today, you guys. I think I'm probably not going to do them very much anymore since I have connections good for some, cutting out a bit for some. Okay, well, I hope that you guys are able to see what I'm talking about. Thank you for letting me know. I might not be doing story readings anymore. I haven't figured it out. I'm going to feel into it, but I'm definitely going to do them today. It just might be the last time for a while. I have email reading options now, so for people who are looking for something a little bit more short or simple. And then I obviously have like more in-depth readings, which I just opened up quite a few different options as far as like timing availability and things like that. So I'm really excited for those changes. Yeah, really excited for those changes. Does everybody feel good about understanding the energy and the ritual? Let me know. I'm really excited about all of this. If you guys don't know, my course program, Awaken and Align, I'm going to be increasing the price in like 24 hours. I'm adding a bunch of new material. We're going to be having a live group call now once a week for Q&A, spiritual chats, and there's also a group page that's kind of like a private social media page, but it's through my website. Super excited about that. So I'm adding all this value to it. The price is going to be increasing to reflect that, but if you join now, you will be able to receive all of that new information as well. So I'm kind of giving an opportunity for anybody who's been on the fence about it to jump in before I increase the price. Would love to have you guys check that out. I hope this makes sense for everybody. I'm excited. I feel like we have so much supportive energy for really calling in what it is that we want on like a heart and soul level, not on a superficial level. So remember when you're doing your practice of like getting in touch with what it is that you do want to call in, and when you are making your lists for manifesting and things like that, that it's coming from a really grounded space within your heart and your soul, and you understand why you want those things, and you can actually believe and envision that. So really getting aligned with your vision and your authenticity and staying that way. Your manifestations just come in so much sooner and so much more stable when you have heart behind it, when you have purpose behind it, and when you're coming from a space that is for the good of all, not just for the good of you. So if you can see that big picture, it's a really good time for that. But yeah, doing mini story readings today. Probably not going to be doing them very much anymore because I have the email reading option. Awaken and Align is amazing. I'm adding a bunch of new material to it, and if you guys want to join, it's about like 24 hours before the price increase. So for anybody who's been on the fence, you guys will get all the new material. We're actually going to have our first live group call tonight. You guys can find all that information through the group page if you are a member. So I'm super excited about that, and yeah, thanks for being here on the journey. Does anybody have questions about this new moon, about the ritual, or just anything they want to add? Maybe something you're feeling? I'd love to have a chat about any of that before I hop off of here. But to put it simply, now is a really good time to manifest. Now is a really good time to solidify our vision and connect with our purpose. And yeah, we'll also have that opportunity in the beginning of June with the Gemini new moon. We have a lot of influences supporting long-term successes and balance, and really feeling good. Good stuff. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. I hope everybody has a beautiful day. I'll see you guys soon. And yeah, thank you for being here, being supportive. I love you guys. Happy new moon in Taurus. Wishing you all abundance and alignment, and for all your manifestations to come to light, whether now or later, in that divine timing. All right. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.